Ash, back at it with another one. We over by a lake, by the crib, baby. This is legit how to get 1% better every day. First, pick a goal, pick a specific task that you want to get 1% better at every day. Write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Say it is the gym. Pick a piece of paper, right up at the top, gym. Then below it, write down plan to get 1% better every day. You have to be super specific with certain goals, with certain tasks, with certain responsibilities that you owe to yourself, to God, and to the world, and to your family. I think as a man, we have to have certain responsibilities, and I think serving others gives us this masculine purpose that actually keeps us going in life. I think the reason why a lot of people and a lot of men nowadays, they kind of lose that drive and that purpose is because they're doing so much stuff for themselves and not actually looking for others, looking how to help others. And I realize I keep going, I keep pushing because I get these little hints of people or family members where I try and help them with this and they say thank you, like I appreciate that. That actually does help me a lot and it just leaves me more fulfilled. So write down gym, the certain topic at the top, 1% better, and then bullet points. So realize where you're at now in that certain task. So for the gym, say you have been going consistently for a year or two and you have started to plateau a little bit. And now you want to break that plateau. So now it might be time to realize where you're constrained at, where it's kind of discomfort in life. So maybe you don't stretch at all after your workouts. And maybe you need to write that down and maybe try just 5 minutes after every single workout to just stretch a little bit. Or maybe you need to instead not do more bodybuilding but more strength focused work. Or instead, maybe you need to actually track your calories in order to keep building muscle. Or maybe you're at a point where you have worked out for so long and you have built that initial muscle, that initial size, and you want to cut down and to lean down. So then, on that piece of paper, you have up at the top, gym. You have right below it, get 1% better every day. Ashton, throw up a little paper. 1% better every day. Then on the left side, you're going to have where you're at in that certain specific task or goal. What you've been doing, what you have consistently done, what is now a habit. And now you're going to write on the right side what you want to become a new habit. And 1% better every day is 1% better. So do something very minuscule. As in, if you haven't tracked your calories, maybe just track your breakfast the next day. Maybe just track a snack the next day. See how many calories that snack is, see how many calories that breakfast is, and write that down. And now you have an idea of, okay, when I eat this breakfast, this is this amount of calories, so now I realize I have to get this much more amount of calories to then build muscle or to then lose weight, depending on what you want to do. If you want to build muscle, obviously you have to be in a caloric intake. If you want to lose fat and keep muscle, you want to be in a slight calorie deficit. So depending on what you want to do within your fitness goal or whatever goal, you have to realize where you want to go, the end goal. So I can then, on the right side, once you have the 1% better category, it's just 1% better. So another area would be if you want to add in a little bit of cardio at the end of your workout. If you haven't ever done cardio, I recommend cardio heavily. It increases the blood flow and circulation throughout your whole entire body. And what you could do, what I did, was the first 4, 5, 6 years of working out, I didn't do cardio at all. And I thought it would just make me lose a lot of muscle. And oh boy, I was wrong. The cardio actually made me more hungry throughout the day so I could then eat more calories so I can then put on more muscle and build more size with those extra added calories. And that extra cardio gave me the ability to then have more focus and discipline in other areas of life, because it was something I did not want to do. And something that you do not want to do is resistance. It's resistance towards your mental, towards your physical. And if you lean into that resistance and you push past that resistance and you do it, that added mental fortitude that you gain throughout your brain, throughout your life, is what builds that confidence, my brother, my sister. So just find these little tasks that you can do throughout life to then get 1% better, even 0.1% better. You know, maybe you don't want to, maybe tracking calories is so big and so far out of your range. Well, instead of starting to track calories, maybe what you do is you go online to a body mass index calculator, BMI calculator, and you realize how many calories you need to gain muscle, how many calories you need to lose fat. And you realize that certain type of goal, and now you have a goal calorie measure where you can measure, okay, I need this amount of calories to then gain weight and this amount of calories to then stay under to then burn fat and burn these calories. So there's just these little 1% tasks that you can figure out for your specific goal or tasks and write them down on a piece of paper and put them on a desk, or take a picture of it and put it on your wallpaper on your phone. So every time you turn on your phone, it's right there, and you realize, okay, today I'm going to do this 0.1% better so that tomorrow I can do this, and maybe slowly, progressively overload this so that I'm 2% better the next day, 3%, 4%, 5%. And by the time you're at the end of the month, you're 20, 30% better. Instead of trying to jump from this one place where you're at to this big, huge thing, and maybe you could do it for one day or 2 days, but you can't consistently keep doing it. So then you stop and you quit, instead of getting 1% better every day and holding that habit and holding yourself accountable. Because it's a lot easier to get 1% better every day instead of jump from 20% to a 40% increase in whatever task or goal you are trying to work on. So yeah, doing that, getting 1% better every day will help you regardless in any task or area in your life. Now, another example you can do is maybe you want to spend more time with your family. So you can wake up earlier in the day, realize what time you wake up, and if you wake up at 7, maybe try to wake up at 6:45, 6:50, 6:55, 6:59. It's 1% better, but I'm telling you, you could slowly, progressively overload that. You get more work done, and then you have more time later in the day to spend with your family. Now, you have to consciously be aware of these goals and what you want to do in life and what you want to get 1% better. So writing them down and putting them either in your notes or putting them down as your phone wallpaper, or putting them down on a piece of paper and putting it on your desk. Setting a reminder on your phone to look up these notes and constantly keep reminding yourself. Now, I just made a video the other day about the placebo effect and how real it is. Use the placebo effect to your advantage. I'm telling you. If you tell yourself that it's very easy to get 1% better every day. I am getting 1% better every day. I am consciously being aware of the things I say, of the habits and actions that I do throughout the day, and I am consciously aware of what I am thinking of. You start to actually become that guy who is consciously aware of the things that you do, consciously aware of the things that you think of, consciously aware of the habits you are building, and you start to become consciously aware of where it is taking you in life and how it is treating you. Man, get 1% better every day and realize, see at the end of the month how far you've come, at the end of the year how far you've come, at the end of multiple years how far you've come. Life is amazing. Life is great, man. You just have to really put in that work, I'm telling you. There's times where I was not consciously aware of the things I was doing. I was trying to run away from my problems. I was trying to run away from these issues that I was having, from different traumas, from different tasks that I needed to do in life to get to the place where I wanted to go. And as soon as I started to consciously be aware of it, as soon as I started to pray, meditate on it, as soon as I started to get 1% better every day, start taking away these negative habits and replacing them with these positive, amazing habits, I started to become the man I have always wanted to become. So hey man, you can get 1% better every day, trust me. It is easy. It is very easy to. It's starting to rain outside. Man, I love y'all. Keep grinding, keep pushing. Ash out. Mwah.